I'll get asked. I would say frequently, but it just depends. If I'm around people like that, if I'm going to like something for work, or maybe if when I was on social media, somebody would come across the post, they would say, either they would ask, how'd you get so disciplined? Or they would say, I wish I was that disciplined. And if I know you, I would say, I've always been like this. And then people will look at you like, I'm just trying to get the cheat code. I'm just trying to get the steps or the blueprint, Mike. But I've always been like this. Because you say that, they like, as my auntie would say, man, you being a smart aleck. My name's Mike. It's not Alec. You being mannish. But I have. And if they say, I wish I was that disciplined, and I don't know you, I'll probably just, I'll just, all right, man, yeah, I'm sorry, right? Or I'll say you are. I'll take you there. My definition of discipline differs. This is a different time. We are all different. We don't have the same bloodline, and I don't like groupthink, depending on what it is, I don't rock with it. I think that discipline is that whatever that is, I'm going to get up and I'm going to do it. Even when I don't feel like it, right? It's going to haunt me if I don't do it. I am going to talk myself into doing it. As I am now, as a 46-year-old, I've been working out for 26 years. I've been sober from alcohol for 15 years. I'm just trying to create a theme for you. My financial decisions are a lot better than they used to be. I built out a whole garage gym for myself. Just a bunch of stuff that I have going on in the direction that I want them to. That does not mean that life is perfect and stuff just don't happen and people won't try you. Set that over here. I just mean when I get up and I make these decisions, it's because I knew I had to do certain things in my life. And I eat right and things like that. Now, the thing about eating right is I like to tell people, you know what you want to do, but until you get to that point to where you're eating right, meaning you stop eating the bad stuff long enough, you no longer really desire it unless you have like a food addiction. I never really had that. Mine was alcohol, and then the food was an add-on to that. If you got a food addiction, I can't help you. I'm not that type of doctor. I am a doctor of education. I can tell you about enrollment goals and stuff like that. But when I stopped eating bad, my body rejected it. I can smell certain foods now that I used to go to with Jack in the Box and Burger King, and I won't like it. I'll feel like kind of sick. That's the best place to be. Now, because I know a lot of people that they just gravitate to that. It smells so good. Man, you don't know what you're missing. These are the things that I know I need to do no matter what. However, when I was in this version of myself, I was going to eat bad no matter what. I was going to drink no matter what. If we went somewhere and it was like a get together and they didn't have alcohol, I'm going to leave. I'm going to go get some drinks. Who with me? I'm leading the way. Man, let's go get something to drink, man. They ain't got no liquor here. No matter what, I wasn't going to work out if I knew that we was about to go out at this point in time, because that working out and getting ready after the workout, and I'm going to do those bad things that led me to who I was no matter what. It's the same. It was the same mindset, the same addictions the level of addiction. But because we know, we know what's bad and good and how we categorize things, that's what makes it weird for people. Like, we know that eating right or healthier, exercising, staying active, getting your steps in, sobriety in general, whether it's from alcohol or recreational drugs. If you're an Android user, that's crazy. I'm just playing. We know these things lean in the right direction. That's why we make them New Year's resolutions, and we start on Mondays. And once we get to going, we'll make the announcement. We know that. Ain't nobody just waking up on January 1st and say, man, you know what? I'm trying to get my visceral fat level up. I'm trying to take myself to the point where I need to go to rehab and lose my whole family behind this alcohol. Ain't nobody saying that because we know that they're bad. But at the same time, those traits, those habits, the emotion behind these things, we established it. Just like I established the bad habits, I established the good habits. Just like I wake up every day and I work out, I used to wake up every day and figure out what I'm gonna drink. I'm getting older now, so I'm kind of going from like free weights. I still use free weights, but I made the change from like free weights to machines. I got machines in here. That's how I was when I went from dark liquor to clear liquor. It was a decision that I made because I thought it was best for me. The unfortunate thing is just how like deep of a hole did you dig yourself into mentally and emotionally, and it caused you to start to see those consequences physically. Who did that? Who did that? Like me, I started drinking when I joined the Navy. And it just was, it was social. It was maybe on a Friday night. Then it started on Saturday. Then it started on Sunday because I was able to handle it Monday. Then I would use it as a coping mechanism because life was tough. This helps me. This makes me feel better. Had a rough day. Then the days weren't as rough, so I would find another reason to drink. Hey, my buddy just advanced. We about to celebrate today, so we'll do it then. Then it was every day. And then sometimes it would be in the mornings. I remember the time we had a picnic at work, and I was like, let's just go get some drinks. It was 10 o'clock. But it was justifiable to me in my head, so let's go have some drinks. Then I started doing it alone. It was alone. I know I talk about alcohol and not, but when people ask me how I got like I am now, I'm trying to take you there. How I was is the reason I am how I am now. It was the same type of addiction. It was the same type of preparation and strategy. I just shifted it. So yeah, I did that. That habit that I created and I used to live in, and it had longevity on it. I was drinking for years. I did that. I sustained that. So when people tell you that working out and eating right, that ain't realistic, that ain't sustainable, you flip it because the bad habits have been sustainable. Like I was getting fat. That stuff, I was doing that for a while. I built it up to 300 pounds. I didn't stay there long, but it was a duration of time that I took myself from being in shape to completely out of shape. That wasn't an overnight thing. It was constant routine and discipline and commitment to the bad habit. And here's why I personally think it gets confusing for some, because it got confusing for me this way. So I can only assume. We have the outcome and we have the goal and the endeavor and what we inspire to do. And that's right here. It's right there on the wall, right? Then we got the starting line. We've identified what we are. We know where we want to change to. All that stuff in between, it depends on your personality and who you are. If you're going to disregard it, if you're going to act like it ain't possible, if you're going to doubt it, if you're going to hang around people that's going to make you ignore the stuff in between, it might affect the outcome. I was about to say now, like some haters are just lazy. They're lazy. They look at the outcome, they compare, they wish, they hope, but they're lazy because all that stuff in between, some of the people that you're hating on, they dealt with all that stuff. I had to deal with all that stuff. That's why I'm very open. I have a good life. I don't take stuff for granted. And then when I do, I have to think about what I used to be. I used to think about like the decisions I would make. And I don't harp on it too much because I was able to build from it. Like I used to talk about Fat Mike. I would call myself Fat Mike. And people would be like, man, you need to forgive Fat Mike. No, he still lives with me. I still remember that mindset at that time and how I had to make a shift. But I had to think about what got me there, just in case it happens again. What did I start doing and who was I hanging out with that got me to the point to where I was so harmful to myself? I was a danger to me. I'll get that now, man. Man, must be nice, man, to have the garage gym from people that are anti-college. Now, here's the disclaimer again. I'll never be that guy. You'll never find a video, even if I undeactivate my social media, saying that you're better if you go to college. I don't know your situation. I am certification. I am pro certificate. I am pro entrepreneurship. I am pro trade. I am pro you doing what you're doing in order to get your bag, as long as it's healthy. I'm not saying you're better if you go to college, but I've had people that are anti-college and they'll say it's a waste of time and waste of money, which is odd because they know I didn't pay for it. And then tell me that I'm lucky for having the outcome, which my job. Now, I retired from the military, different bag, stay out of my pockets, but my job has contributed to most of the stuff that I have going on. You're anti-college. That stuff in between, you got to hate on that too. So you got to go back. Okay, you can say must be nice, and I'm lucky for having the outcome, the completed goal, the accomplishment. But all that road that I took up to it, go back and hate on that stuff too. Because if you know me, I'm gonna tell you how I did it. Even if I'm not around you like that. Usually when somebody's toxic enough, I stay away from you, like physically. But we can still like talk about stuff virtually. Because when I was a toxic person, I had to change. And I'm glad some people stuck with me to put me on. So you got to go back and hate on everything. Now I was a full-time student when I was in. I took advantage of the free college. Even if it didn't work out, I still wanted to know that I did it because of what if. I never wanted to put myself in a situation when I got out the military and things didn't go according to plan. Sometimes we will live vicariously through somebody else's what if. My buddy got out and he made 6 figures. That's your buddy. That's not you. What if that don't work out? And if that happened, I wanted to have some type of option just in case. Stuff in between. But we know, or at least I did, I knew. I had a moment of clarity and I still didn't change. I think some people might have that. You might have that moment years before you finally act on it. But that moment is replayed in your head. And that moment of clarity was just hella, you know, people used to say hella. People still say it. Hella real. It was. Because I was like, man, I got to be hella disciplined to keep doing these things that I know that's so harmful to me, is killing me, and is snatching me away from what I know I really want to be doing, to keep doing it. To wake up every day and I keep doing it. And my reasons, excuses, they're not as loud as they used to be, right? Man, my father wasn't there. I'm using that, but I'm seeing somebody making motion, having all type of success that had the same situation. Both of their parents was gone. They made it happen. There's an example, but let me ignore it. My dad wasn't there. So I gotta get around people. But before I got into like college recruitment, I was a culture recruiter. I would recruit people to be around me that would listen to my crap. Because I knew it was people out here making stuff happen, but let me recruit this person over here, man. They'll believe me if I tell them I have a thyroid issue, which I didn't. I was a drunk and I used to eat like crap. Man, let me talk to this person over here, man. They'll believe me if I say, man, I'm not good enough for college, even though I didn't try after I failed like Long Beach City College. Even though I know that these schools have resources, they'll listen to me. Let me be around this person that hey, I can eat what I want as long as I work out, even though I'm like, you see me. You see that I'm 300 pounds. Let me recruit these people to be around me because honestly, I was good at that. I would be able to pick up that vibe. So, you know, discipline. Where are you pointing it? Where's your discipline going? Are you pointing it towards what you know you need to be doing or the things you don't need to be doing? We know. We know, man. We know, but the way that the climate is now, and you can offend people by telling them the truth, and you can lay out a whole blueprint and people will just fight you on why something ain't possible. You talk to somebody about what it is they say they want to do, and they're going to lay all their stuff on you. Man, I got this going on, and I got this going on, I got this going on. I'm like, man, that's crazy, because all this stuff that you're saying that's going on was not normal 10 years ago. But now you got it. You can't say that out loud. So if you're cool with them, you just got to listen. Hopefully it's via text where you can just put your phone down, because I had stuff going on too. Man, I wish I was that disciplined, man. I got this going on and I got this. You don't know what it's like. You don't know what it's like. Well, we got different lives. There's that. But at the same time, how you know? The reason you don't know is because I'm not sitting here like harping on it. When I'm talking about stuff, I overcame it. I'm not sitting in that space, man. I will never get like subscribers on YouTube by coming to you saying, man, this is what it's like as a 46-year-old, 300 pounds. And you see a lot of that, and I have no problem with that. It is cool sometimes to see that relatable story, but I think there's malice behind it. There's selfish reasons behind it. Sometimes people want to see somebody worse than them and be like, all right, man, it ain't that bad. And they still stay there. See, I'm not that bad, so I continue making the bad habits. I will never do any video like that. So if that's what you're looking for, I am so sorry. I am. But I get up and I do what I know I'm supposed to do. And when things get tough, I still do it. I still do it because I know that I'm supposed to be doing it. But I had that same mindset towards the things that I wasn't supposed to be doing. The issue was I knew that. And I was finding ways early on, man. I'm drinking, man. It's a good time. I'm young. We out here in the military. Then it started becoming a little darker, right? Why am I doing this? Now it's holding me up from advancement because I'm not studying. I didn't gain all this weight. I'm hanging around the wrong people. I'm putting myself in bad situations, but man, I'm young. Okay, I'm getting a little older now. Now I'm going to the doctor and they got me on these cholesterol pills and blood pressure pills. And man, you only live once. Once you tell yourself that, it's getting dark, man. Like, hey, I can't be around you. Man, life is short. You only live once. I'm not getting in the car with you because that means you fast and loose right now. I know I only live once. I know I don't know how long I'm going to be here, but I'm not going to do stuff, especially to my body, in order to speed that time up. I can't do it. So we know, like everything is so accessible now. There is YouTube. If you still on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, there's somebody in some algorithm that's showing you a way. And in some cases, it's free. The stairs is free, but it depends on what you tell yourself. When I first started posting about the stairs, I think I did my first post on the stairs. It was like August 2020. Was running them months before that. But I had did my first post, man, and this person that I knew, she used to work out at the gym I went to at 24 Hour Fitness before I had moved over here. I used to live in El Cajon, it's a city. And she said, I wish I had some stairs by my house. There's no stairs over here, so I can't do them. So I said, there's no stairs in San Diego at all that you can drive to. There's no high schools at all. She worked at a high school. So I said, you can't go to your high school and they let you use the stairs or the bleachers? Well, no, I don't be wanting to go there. It was just reason after reason, excuse after excuse. Because that's how the mind is sometimes, man. It'll tell you what ain't possible, and sometimes you want somebody to confirm it and justify it for you, and you will. Go to any one of these Facebook groups, you will find somebody that will confirm and justify why you can't do something. You'll find more of them than more people that'll tell you something's possible. That's crazy in this world, but this is the truth. It is. So I keep receipts. I'm not well liked. If you've known me over the years, nothing I'm doing should be a surprise. And that is not a flex. That's not me showing off. That's just that you seen it. You seen me get up and you do it. And there was things that I had to sacrifice. My last 2 deployments on the USS Paladin, I really didn't leave. I was making sure my division was good. I was locked in, and I knew I wanted to finish those 2 bachelor's degrees to start my master's. So I wasn't out there running them streets. I wasn't doing all that. So when people was coming back drunk, vomit and pee on them, I'm walking to the gym past you. I gotta get it in. This is what I need to do for myself. And then now you got the people that saw all this, and they tell me how lucky I am, and it must be nice. And I will still share the blueprint. I will still put them on. You got to spend your discipline. We all got it. It's just what you pointing in. You got to be a hella disciplined person to keep doing the stuff that you know that's harmful to you. And we keep looking. We keep looking for a cheat code and somebody to say the magic words that all says the same thing. We see as recycled success meaning that say something powerful. It warms your undercarriage, right? Man, I need that. That excited me. And then we just don't. We don't do what we know we need to do. That discipline is what's stopping you. That discipline is what's having you eat the food you shouldn't eat, drink what you shouldn't drink. Don't go to the gym that day and this day, and I'm going to do it Monday. And then you know what? I'm going to push it off until January 1st. We're in August. So you got your form of discipline that you are just living in, not happy with, listening to people tell you why something ain't possible just to confirm, to scratch that itch for you to believe it. And then you see people doing the things that you want to do, making it happen, winning in some cases with much less than what you have, and you're mad. You're upset while ignoring all that stuff that they're doing, that they're showing that you can overcome. You can overcome it. And that's where we're at. And it plants us on both sides because that's what's happening. You have all the stuff on the wall, the end game, the goals, the endeavors, the stuff that people want to do, finance, financial discipline and all this stuff. You got the starting line, and then you got a whole glop of stuff. In there is the blueprint, it's cheat codes, it's excuses, it's naysaying, it's just a bunch of stuff. But in this time, you can pick from all that stuff and put it in your bag and use it. And if it don't work, get rid of it and then find something else. Man, I tell you, I want to be somebody that a younger version of me that wasn't doing anything would look at, because we know that. We know if we're sitting somewhere for whatever, whether it's work, some seminar, you're an entrepreneur, you go somewhere and somebody walk in, you know if they about that. You pick that up on them. You do. When I was in the Navy, man, I can recall there's people that I have come across that I'm just, I'm watching everything they doing. They in shape. I'm watching what they eating, what's on their tray, because I knew I wanted to be there. Now, when I go ask them, I wasn't mature enough to do that at the time. You know when people are about that. The easiest way for you to make sure that you make that, you represent that, is to be that. You be that. And what do you want to be known for? I don't want to be known for, man, Mike know all the NBA stats. Don't get in an argument with him, man. He know all that stuff. He know all Jordan's game. I don't want to be that. I'm the GOAT in my life. And that's how I represent myself. Hate it or love it. It's people that's just known for being, the data person when it comes to sports and political debaters, and that's their thing, and they're very assertive with that. And then, unfortunately, if you look at some people, that same assertiveness and discipline, they don't apply it on themselves, on the very vessel that they're in to be assertive about that thing. That's out of whack. It go from playing the drums, arguing with you about like politics and religion and who's the GOAT on the NBA court, till you got the violin out. Why? Why it ain't possible, right? The same discipline that those people did to get in those political positions and become NBA all-stars, you're not using in your own life because it ain't possible. And because you just acted on these bad decisions over and over. So you digging a hole for yourself. So you got the shovel, but you still trying to climb. You still trying to climb out the hole with the shovel. We wondering what's going on. That was me. I got the shovel. I'm digging, and then I'm digging a deep enough hole, and I'm hoping I can jump out of there, because that's when you think it's time to change. You just keep digging. Hopefully I'll be able to jump out. So yeah, when people say, how'd you get so disciplined? I've been this way. I'm going to do the things that I know that I want to do no matter what. I've shifted it towards the things I'm supposed to be doing. I have the wherewithal enough to know that that's not good for me. Hanging out with them isn't good for me. I probably shouldn't eat that. And I would never allow anybody to peer pressure me, especially now as a whole adult. And once you start doing that, as I said with the food, it'll start showing you. Regardless on who like you, who don't like you, who disagrees with you, who agrees with you, when you start becoming that version of yourself, because I'm trying, the world will react to that. Bad or good, the world will react to that. It's just how you choose to pay attention to it. Right? Like, even though I'll get accused of being on steroids or TRT by some people that have been seeing me do this stuff for years, I still take it as a compliment, because we associate being in shape with the steroid. I didn't create that narrative, right? It was created for me. So I'll take it as a compliment, but with them, it's just weird because you saw everything that I was doing and I tried to put you on. You just haven't been willing to do it. You haven't been willing to do it. None of this should be a surprise to anybody that know I used to go to 24-hour fitness at 3 o'clock in the morning. And when they would be closed on a random Tuesday, I would go to Anytime Fitness at 3 o'clock in the morning. When COVID hit, I was working out in my gym at 3 o'clock in the morning. But by golly, as soon as I started posting this gym on Instagram and all this other stuff, why you need all that? What? So we have it. Where are you pointing your discipline? What are you disciplined behind? Right? What are you so structured behind? It has to do with that end game, because that end game, that outcome, that completed goal, universally we know what's good, we know what's bad, but it's still the same thing. If my goal was to get drunk, I knew exactly how to do it. Nobody was gonna stop me. I knew where I needed to go, who I needed to hang around with. I had all that stuff down. You know what I'm saying? Discipline. Now my goal is to work out. I was either going to go to this gym, I was going to go to this gym, or I was going to create a space for myself and buy all the equipment that I know that I need in order to help me see the results that I want to see. Nutrition is the most important thing, but I knew that. We know all this stuff.